Hey, we're checking out this project again. Everything's going great so far, but they're at a very critical stage. And this is a make or break, do or die, all the other euphemisms you could think of. First of all, I'm William. Welcome to my channel where we talk about construction, all the ins and outs, the background, what's going on behind the scenes, everything else you could think of. I like to talk about construction. I spent 45 years in the trades, and I like to share as much as possible. So if you know of anyone that wants to get into construction, if you're in already, this is the channel for you. So send this to everyone you could think about, like and subscribe. I really need the help, so build this channel and let's get things moving. So first of all, the ironworkers are packed up and left. They're finished with the exception of some miscellaneous items around the job site, but they're gone. The concrete has been poured all the way up to the rooftop, so they're pretty much off the job. The fireproofers have about a floor and a half left to do, and so they'll be off the job. And then the curtain wall is making its way up the building, so that's going quite well. And so once the fireproofers are finished, the netting that keeps their overspray from blowing out of the building, that'll all be taken out. And so then it'll be just a curtain wall going all the way up, and then eventually get the crane taken down and get the man lift taken down. So it's progressing quite nicely. So this gives you an idea of when I talk about jobs like this becoming a pursuit race. Each trade gets front and center. The ironworkers are there. It's all about them. Everyone get out of their way. Let the ironworkers do their work and start stacking this building. And once the ironworkers get to the top, the concrete's right behind them, chasing them all the way up to the top. The ironworkers, get out of the way. Get all your stuff out of there because we have other trades coming. And then the concrete follows them, and it's all about getting the concrete done, getting all the floors poured, getting all the columns, anything else that needs to be poured, and getting the bulk operation of the concrete off the job and getting out of the way of the next trade that needs to come in. So the fireproofers are right behind them. They take up a lot of room down below. They have pumps, and they have staging areas, and they have mixers, and equipment, and hoses, and everything else is spread out. All you see that they take up the entire floor that they're on, and so they've got to get out of the way and get cleaned up, and once that bulk operation's off the job, then the next one comes up, and the curtain wall will be following right up behind them. So that operation's all spread out, so they need as much room as possible to be efficient and get their work done. So now the focus will be on them to get going all the way up and get off the job. So you get the idea of what I'm talking about when each one of these trades, you try to help them as much as possible to get their work done because they take up so much room in order to do their work. But once they're gone, it frees up a lot of real estate for the next trade to come in. So the next trades that'll come in are going to be a little bit smaller. They won't need as much bulk materials. They'll just come in and systematically bring in materials and install their materials right behind them. So the critical part I was talking about is it's mid-September and the weather's coming. And this building is still exposed to the weather. And we've had some rain off and on, but for the most part, you get into the rainy season and that spells trouble. And that's why they're constantly managing and keeping things covered up and keeping things sealed off as much as possible. They're constantly working on measures to divert the rainwater that comes into the building and to get it back out. And you would look at it right now and say, what's the big deal? It's just a bunch of iron and steel and concrete that's going to get wet. Who cares? But what makes it so critical is what you don't see, and that's down below. There's electrical rooms that are live. There's electrical panels that are live. There's communications that are being installed. There's a lot of finishes that are being installed down below that can't wait. They can't wait to get the roof on and get everything in the dry, nice and warm, so then they can start their work. These schedules don't allow it. So what they do is they have to start building that and start working their way up the building as the building's being finished. So it's crucial to keep any of the water that gets in at the upper floors from coming down below and infiltrating any of the finished areas. Because what we're trying to do at this point of the job, we're trying to put things in place and we're trying to use our resources to move forward, not resources to turn around and move backwards and have to go back and repair and pump water out of areas that it's not supposed to be and hopefully not damage equipment and cables and everything else and paint and drywall and anything else that's down below that's being finished. So that's the most critical part of this job right now, is keeping that rain that comes in from the top, keeping it diverted and getting it back out of the building. I think it'll happen. We'll get the roof on this thing, get it in the dry, everyone will breathe a sigh of relief, and then we'll finish out the inside of the building all nice and warm. I want to get some more shots around this building. I'll give you some more close-ups and everything, but I just wanted to get this video out to show you the progress, show you all the safety nets been taken down, and everything's going, and it's going to go fast. So stay with me. Like I said, like and subscribe. Help me out. Let me know what you want. Thanks. See ya.